What up, what up, what up, what up, though? What up, though, everybody? Live from Detroit. It's your boy Kellz with Kellz Unfiltered. We are in here chilling on a cold December in the Motor City. And you know what, though? It's pretty warm in here, so the Unfiltered part, yeah, we get cranking every Thursday right here. Kellz Unfiltered. And today's guest is Dr. Gina Tall. What's going on, lady?
What up, though? What up, though? How y'all doing?
Good. That's your camera. Just want to speak to everybody. You know,
Okay,
hey, what up,
well,
though?
hello,
All right,
hi.
you get the whole Detroit greeting.
Hello, Detroit. Nice. It's cold out there.
Yeah, it's cold. I got on shorts because, you know, the short sleeves, but I kind of like trying to be cool and shit, but, you know. It's
You are
frosty out
Mr.
there.
Cool. You've been Mr. Cool for a minute.
I try to be, bring back cool. You know, everybody's like, are you cool? Yes, I'm cool. I'm trying to own it now. I denied it first, but I'm owning it now.
Well, we go way back. You've been cool for a minute because you actually introduced me to podcasting. It was like 2009.
It was 2009,
Yeah, so you've been doing this for a while.
Oh, Gina gang.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's hard being like with new podcasting now. And I kind of try to remember, I've been doing this a minute.
That's right.
So, yeah, I kind of like, well, thank you. See, good people help you remember the good things about yourself.
That's right. And actually, from being on your show, and you also introduced me to another great Detroiter, Kai Mann.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Big shout out to Kai Mann. Yes.
Another great podcaster. But that's when I launched the Fourth Letter Radio.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Fourth Letter Radio. That's awesome. Yes. Fourth Letter was so very, very good back in the day.
It was. It's been going on since that time, on and off.
Oh, right.
I want to bring it back, though, for 2026.
You should. I think it's due.
Yeah.
Just because where podcasting is nowadays, it would definitely be well welcomed.
Okay,
in
good.
today's format for sure.
Absolutely. That's on my roster of things to do for 2026.
I'm glad you said roster because you can't have I hate when people I hate it, but I understand where people go with it. Is people get fixated on one thing and they go into the year with. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that one thing either doesn't work or you're not ready yet. You have to have your hands in different pots sometimes. Sometimes you have to get, this doesn't work, I'm going this route. You gotta have a plan A, B, C. Sometimes you gotta go plan D, E, and F. I think this year I'm on plan X almost. a lot of things have happened.
There is a TikToker that's talking about Detroit and how we hustle.
Yeah.
And we are the land of hustlers. And I think that's another way of putting it, what you just said.
Yeah, you gotta
have all these different avenues and diversify your income.
Exactly, you gotta be.
They call it hustling.
Yeah,
I guess that's our hood way of saying it, but the professional way is diversifying your income.
Exactly,
and it works because when the oranges aren't there, you got the shoes, whatever it is you got.
And when the shoes ain't there, you got the horses out back. The horses die. You gotta go for something else.
And we're good at that in Detroit. We're hard workers. So
yes, we are. It's been ingrained in us from the unions to everybody else. We don't come from a sit still place.
No,
it's not what we do.
No, and they called it ADHD now.
Wait, you said ADHD?
I mean, that's what they called it. But back in the day, it was just us.
It was just us doing us.
Just us doing us. I don't even remember any of that. ADHD and all these other.
None of those letters.
They didn't call us
that.
that. They just told us to stay outside. And
stay
don't
outside.
Come back in.
Exactly.
And we didn't.
Play. Exactly.
And if you remember, they used to be on television asking parents, do you know where your children are at 9 o'clock? Because we were around the corner. We were, the street lights had to come on.
We used to stay in the house till Atari came out. Atari, then everybody started staying in the house playing Atari. But before that, we was outside.
We were green light go in the middle of the street.
Oh, my God, yes. Real
we
light,
had the
Swimmobile.
We're going all the way back.
Exactly. So Detroit, if you're not from Detroit, you do not know nothing about Swimmobile. Swimmobile was epic. Swimmobile was basically a big half tanker
Yes.
filled with water to put up on your block, and everybody was swimming.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So people might not know what the swim-mobile is.
No,
I
they
just
might
thought
not.
about that. Because it was sitting out front in front of my house in the Highland Park. Right in front of me.
Yeah,
Because we were the house on the block.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were right there.
I'm trying to think. They pulled up one time on, like, I think it was on Robeson.
Mm-hmm.
And we stayed on Wickham, so we had to run a couple streets up to catch up to the swimmobile. So if it was in your neighborhood and the word got out, all the kids was coming.
Right.
We all coming.
Well, you know, at the end of my block is the YMCA and the YWCA.
Right.
So in Highland Park, our kids got a chance to swim. And we got a chance to go horseback riding.
Right,
we got a chance to do all of that. So if
I
I have a lot of stuff I got going on, it's because of that. Because they had us exposed to a lot of great things.
That's good. That's cool. Because I don't think they have a swimmobile anymore. I haven't seen it in a long ass time. I guess it kind of like got rules and stuff now. So, but if you're watching this and you somewhere in Detroit, got the ear to our new mayor, bring back swimmobile. We need that for the summertime. That was some cool shit.
That's right, because what they're going to do is take the handles off of the fire hydrant.
Yes.
They're going to do that. So, yeah, bring the swimmobile back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you have a doctor. So, what's your doctor then? I meant to ask for that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for mentioning that. So, I got the doctorate in education in online learning. And no matter what the Trump administration is saying and trying to take away our degrees.
Man,
I'm still very proud of mine.
You should. I mean, you worked hard for a degree. I mean, a doctor is some hard work. That's like a whole lot of schooling I just don't want. But I admire anybody who's done it. If you got your doctorate, hats off to you.
Right. I put in that work. I did. And it took a while. I started off at Highland Park Community College back in the day.
Right.
And I skipped around. I also went to alternative education. I was a teenage mom.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, the country spent a lot of money on me. I'm out here hustling in Detroit. I'm making it back, and we're going to make all of that happen. And also, I think one of the reasons they are targeting some of those degrees is because those particular ones are in the category of getting loan forgiveness. And, you know, this is a capitalist country.
I forgot
so
about
they're
loan
concerned
forgiveness.
about getting their money back, but, you know.
So you figure, because they did put a lot of the medical
degrees,
all of those. And I thought that was a big slap in the face, given what so many of the medical people went through during COVID. I mean, they worked their asses off during COVID. Point. And now you're going to take away the degrees?
That's a good point.
Yeah, what kind of shit is that?
Essential workers.
Exactly. So they were essential workers, but not smart enough to be, or you don't think they're smart to be essential pay grade? Or what's that about? No, they're essential here, but they're not essential here. You know, what's the problem? You know, we want to know.
There's a lot of contradiction and a lot that's going on.
Well, that's Trump administration. Contradiction and lies. So.
That is that key word.
Yes.
Affordability and contradiction.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, a lot of things are not making sense, but like you said, I'm all about community. And the way that
she has been like, and you did. What was that one event we did way back on Belle Isle? I remember. Briefly, that was way back.
Yeah, we were working on a project with Project Art, and we had
Project Art. That's exactly what it was. Yes,
you got good memory. Yes, remembering all the stuff.
I ain't spoken all the way, y'all.
Well, I mean, I've got a long resume of doing work. I think we were giving bikes away.
Yes, we
did.
Right
there on Belle Isle.
Yes, we did.
For people that don't know, Detroit, we've got this beautiful island. That we have done lots of great things on. So we were out there. We actually rented a piece of that park. Yep. And we were giving bikes away back then.
That was a great day. I mean, it was just the whole community come together. We just doing stuff. People didn't we didn't know anybody from that part, to that moment. But after that, we was like, okay, we came together and did something.
That's a good point because that's what community is about. And we were just talking about and we can lead into some of these other things. So
right.
With the bike giveaway, it's really important. What's coming up this Saturday is my grant writing class.
Yes, it did.
Saturday.
Speak on the grant writing class, yes.
So you can go to www.thegrantdoctor.org.
All right.
And learn more about my grant writing classes. At this point, I can't write any more grants for people.
Okay.
Because
of the administration?
Well, I got overload. I'm learning too much about what everybody else is doing, and they're not learning how to write grants, and they don't know enough about the process. So, I got overload. I don't need to know any more about your organization, and I'm gonna end up running your organization better than you're running your organization. Yes. So what, that whole idea, just like in music,
right,
being that having an independent mindset in the music, you should also be like that now with your nonprofit, and try to learn and not scrape all this money, because sometimes you can't afford the consultants and the grant writers. So I'm making it a lot easier for folks to get online or to also come in person at a retreat that we have. It's going to be really nice. And come out, and we're doing it on a monthly basis. So if you miss this Saturday, you can also come out to the next one.
Okay, cool.
So, but it's all about community, and just about anything that's not going right, I'm going to blame the community, because we do have a responsibility to each other. And there isn't a lot of oversight. And I think this idea of assimilating and being accepted and being light, this whole light era, is causing a lot of downfall.
Yeah, light era is kind of overwhelming, because
it's overwhelming.
You can't like everything, and everybody can't like the same thing.
Don't care if people like you.
Right.
And the way that I just explained it the other day is just as little power that your likes and your opinions have on other people. Because I can sit here and I can people watch all day. And I can scrutinize in my head, and I'm thinking, and I'm forming these opinions.
Right.
But they're not darts, and they're not daggers, and they're not coming at you.
Right.
And so my opinions don't have any power. And when you do that type of self-reflection and you go inward, you'll realize that these other people and their opinions don't matter towards you either. So get off that light, get out of that light era, and be as authentic as you can. And that is going to lead you to where you're trying to go to. It's putting the blinders on I think it's the tool.
That's what's up. I like that. I like that a lot, because I'm all about being an individual. I'm a so against the grain type of person. I get to the point where I hate hustles now. I just want to see people dancing the same. I just want to see a good old fashioned dance for cutting up, So, yeah, I do think and everybody be on the same page is kind of like overrated in this day and age. We need individuals, we need people standing out and being themselves, being authentic.
And our community, the Black community,
right,
across the world, within the nation, whether it's your hometown or whatever, we're really good at pivoting.
Yeah.
And we're quick on our feet. And so when you see something isn't working, you should recognize that really quickly and move around.
Right.
Move around, get out the way. Facebook was here, and it could be here for a while, but learn a little bit about it. Know that TikTok is now owned by Israelis. Know that Facebook is people who've got tons of money being entertained by us. And just know a little bit about the environment that you're putting yourself into, and be less of the consumer and more of the manufacturer. Because once you buy into the narrative, if you buy into the propaganda, then, pretty much that's what they're going for.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So
it's the, what they call the algorithm. It's the propaganda.
I still don't know what algorithm means, but I'm trying to figure that out. Like, what is that?
Well, it's in computer jargon, a lot of times with your phone will capture certain words that you use all the time, and it becomes an algorithm. So what it does, it uses the words they capture to feed you what you want to hear or what you want to see on your phone.
And also, but I understand that part.
Yeah.
But when they try to give us rules and what to do about it, I'm not sure about that. You know, they have some formulas that they want you to follow,
well, everybody,
so that you can get like certain people to come in. I think that it's just listening.
It's all
straight
listening.
Up listening.
It's all listening. It's all information gathering.
Yeah, it's listening.
It's all information gathering, but it's like the hidden is where we want to be. Mm-hmm. So if I want to do something, get to you, I want all the information. So social media is not a new information hub. So why not go information? You know, put some out there and get as much information as I can. That's like
it's a data grab.
New law. Mm-hmm. I mean, it just talked about it on CNN before I came in here. Everybody with a green card has to surrender all their social media accounts under new Trump law. And I was like, wow. I mean, like, you just can't.
Talk about paranoid.
Exactly.
That's real paranoid.
Yeah, it's like, any information, you just can't come over here and work and have a regular social media life like everybody else.
Yeah. You know, so the smart people.
Yeah.
We can fight against a lot of what people are doing, but if we can find some facts and we challenge them with research and we say, okay, this is what you want to do,
right?
But where is the research that says that that's going to lead you to where you want to go? Like confiscating everybody's data on their phones and their computers, where did you prove and when did you prove that that was going to protect us? That's where this administration, they're coming up with things that haven't been proven to be true. That
Nothing is proven.
Right.
Nothing.
And that's how you challenge them. You challenge them with facts and figures.
But here's my rub on that. Even with this Venezuela thing, they're saying these people in these boats running drugs. They killed people and not proven a thing.
Well, they captured a oil rig today.
For what?
Because that was the goal.
Yeah, but
they captured the oil rig, and that was the goal. And
exactly.
We're just, you know.
And it's like for what? It's like this administration will not come clean or tell the truth about anything. So why expect it?
It's like living in the crack house in the hood, and you're trying to go to school, and that's where we are. We're like in we're in the trap house. We're in the drug house. We're here. We're hanging out. We're trying to be good citizens and look at the people that are in charge are doing all kinds of stuff. And we're just like, sorry, that's not me. That's them. You know, and that's how we feel. We're kind of trapped. But at the same time, they're like, yeah, but we put food in the house and we're paying the rent and you're getting these benefits. And we're saying we're getting these benefits off of your murder and your catastrophes and these casualties. And so it's a very awkward place for Americans to be as we're watching in real time war happen. And the internet is the savior. It's to blame, but it's also the savior because 50 years ago, there's nothing different than what they're doing now. It's just that we can see it. And so it's pretty traumatizing. It's
revelations is what it is. It's showing everybody what's real.
Yeah, but back to community. Because, you know, it's all about the reality that you create. And if we could stop modeling different, you know, ways of life that don't do well for us, and we create our own rules and abide by them.
So you talk about sovereignty?
Yes.
I was in there.
And you know, that's one of those words that people back in the day, another word, what does that mean? They have no idea, but guess what they know today? They know exactly what it means today, and it's come to life. And just like when I was doing my online education, and I had cousins and friends that were laughing at me like, that's not a real degree. That's not a real school. You're not. And then COVID happened.
Right.
And I'm the only one that knows how to get online and navigate online.
That was a game changer, though. I hate to say for all the horrible things and the loss of life during COVID. COVID was a game changer for a lot of things. Yeah. Online education was one of them, because you couldn't go to and sit in a real classroom. It also changed business, because business was like, oh well, You mean I gotta pay for lights and gas so people can do their jobs at home?
Yes. All of those things.
All
yes.
those industries, COVID was a game changer.
All that changed. We're in a shift.
Yep.
And we're in real time. And because of the internet, we get to watch it.
Right.
But the research that I found on COVID, and it's going to sound controversial, but right prior to COVID in China, they were having mass protests. And it was millions and millions of people, and they were already wearing masks. And what they were protesting was facial recognition software. So at the time, they were trying to find different ways to actually keep people from protesting. And so the theory is that is one of the reasons why COVID was released in China, because of the million, China is under a totally different regime of people control. You have apps on your phone that monitor your walking, where you're going, how much money you have to your name. Every single thing is monitored by this phone app. And so I'm sure they would like to do something like that here, but their main issue was controlling the people. And that COVID was supposed to keep people from congregating. Because at the time, I guess that piece went away about the facial recognition protesting. We did a little bit here in Detroit, but it was huge in China. And all of those dots got connected with the mask, the facial recognition, people not being able to be in close proximity of each other. And it's all coming full circle now.
China is like the most heavily populated per square foot in the world.
Nigeria is number one, then China.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah.
But then you get stuff incubating with people around like germs. So...
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You get people together, you get germs together. It's like a sandbox. All of a sudden, So, yeah, I can see that but China's been wearing masks for a long time, though, even before then. It was like... I remember going to Vegas. What year was that? Was it... After... It was like... I used to go all the time. It was like I would see people from China in Vegas with masks on. I'm like, dude, it's like 100 degrees out here. So I never put the two and two together. But then again, over
they
there,
had the bird flu.
but like I said, they're packed like sardines over there. Yeah, it's like so many people per 100 yards.
Yeah,
it's insane. Mm-hmm. So naturally, he has different outbreaks. So when it came here, I think it was a whole lot caught off guard.
Yeah,
but it changed industry and way of life for. And think about it, we gonna feel it for the next forever, kind of, because it changed a lot.
Well, we're suffering from other things, particularly like obesity, and China doesn't have that. So when COVID happened to us, people who weren't healthy were
absolutely
right. They were targeted first.
Absolutely,
It was starting to feel like population control.
Yeah.
Because if you weren't healthy, then you were probably one of the first people to
go. Your lungs you're very heavy in your lungs and
your immune system.
Yeah, exactly.
If your immune system wasn't intact around November 2019, then you were going to be probably under attack at that time. So we learned from it. But again, one of the biggest factors or the biggest key things that we have as a people is the opportunity to have community and to understand that, the civil rights, the human rights movement, it just has never ended.
It was bought.
We are lazy entrepreneurs. I call them lazy entrepreneurs.
Lazy entrepreneur. I know that's a good word, though.
The lazy entrepreneur, right?
But go into it because, I want you to go into that because I have my own thoughts on lazy entrepreneur because there's a lot of them out there. It's like, okay, I'm going to do this for this little bit of time. I'm going to put this little effort into it, put this little bit of money into it. I'm going to spend everything out of it, though. So, go into that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it might not be a new term, but I just was talking about it the other day. And we're guilty. We're guilty of being this lazy entrepreneur and not going after, which, our colleague was just saying a few minutes ago, not going after our dreams and our goals in this feverish way and continuing on with it and becoming complacent.
Right.
And expecting other people to do certain things and not being all in at 100%.
Right.
But I think the dream needs to be coded and to know that this is something that is continuous.
Right.
It's every day. And some of those content creators will tell you, you got to post all day, you got to post all the time.
That's
and you got to forget about rejection.
All right,
but Rumi said those you are seeking you, and I'm always telling myself that.
Right.
There's 7 or 8 billion people in the world.
And people that's going to really look for you aren't really around you.
They're there.
Yeah.
They're there, but they're not in your vicinity, with right. you. And so what it'll look like for a lot of people is, I have to tell certain family members that feel isolated and friendless that you're the one that's being selective. Because there's tons of people that will want to be around you. But you're the one that's being selective because you could be a follower. There's a bunch of people that you could follow up behind, but you're actually a leader. And so there are certain standards that you have, and there are certain particular people that you want to be around. You're just saving yourself for that. So just know that it's not about not having any friends. It's not about not being liked. You're just selective.
All right.
Right? You're selective.
You gotta find your tribe.
Find your tribe.
Find your tribe.
Right. And so people have a hard time with rejection. We can go right into the story of the gentleman and dealing with his rejection, his low self-esteem.
I wouldn't say rejection. I think he's just stupid.
Well, who are we talking about?
Sharon Moore from University of Michigan. If there's ever, it's like, in my mind, a stupidest people in the world is.
Yeah.
He's like right up there.
Okay, so like is he like the donkey of the day?
Donkey of the century.
How are you more mad at him than Nia Long's partner?
I understand Nia Long's partner. I can understand that. That's...
How is it? Is it different?
Sharon Moore, what he had... What he was given, let's put it that way.
Okay.
What black coaching, being a black man as a football coach in America, the job he had at University of Michigan is one of the most sought after coaching jobs in athletics. We're not just talking about football, in sports, period. University of Michigan head football coach, one of the most sought after jobs. He was the first black man to get it. We talking about 13. I think his contract was $13 million. I think he'll get $5 million this year. That job is the catapult to the NFL job. His job, he inherited that job from Jim Harbaugh. Sharon Moore spent time under Jim Harbaugh's brother, John Harbaugh, in Baltimore, learning coaching. He was set up to succeed. He had it all. Then on top of that, you have another black man, Brian Flores, filed a lawsuit to get more black coaches in NFL. Brian Flores is fighting for other young black coaches like Sharon Moore. How can you blow that?
I don't know any of those people that you're talking about.
That away.
But I can tell you that I blame the community.
You can't blame the community for being stupid.
No, let me just... I blame whoever's spending his money, whoever's around him, whoever is not being concerned about his well-being, just like with Kwame and all these other people who get into these positions and y'all just sit there and just let him fall by the wayside. Like, it's the community that's around you that's spending your money, that is living off your fame and fortune and clout chasing off of you, and they don't care for you. And so whoever you pick to pick up, grab those buckets of fun and fame, that's where you went wrong. And people need to step up, because whether you have $1 or you have $1 million, okay, you're still going to need the right people around you. And why would you can't say that you don't see somebody deteriorate. You see it, and you're not doing anything about it. And people don't, I guess it's like they almost don't even think next year is going to come. 5 years is not going to come. 10 years is not going to come. You're living for today. Why are you living like that and you have everything that you need?
Because you are thinking about things that you want. You think about yourself. You think about your own sexual habits, your dick over your cash. That's what that decision came down to.
Well, there was an example, and there was more than likely a Caucasian man or men that are living and getting away with this stuff.
No, they're not anymore.
Well,
not anymore.
There is some behavior, because people are gonna think that they get away with stuff.
No, think about it.
And you gotta see it. You gotta see somebody getting away with something for you to think that you're gonna get away with it. And us trying to assimilate into whiteness, it's never gonna happen. It doesn't matter how light or brown you are. You're never going to be a white person, and you're not going to be able to live and move and avoid consequences like white people do. And so I guess the question would be, somebody wasn't going for it, whether it was the wife at home, or whether it was the people that wanted his job. Somebody was not going for whatever he was trying to do, and then he had that breakdown.
If somebody wants your job or you make it easy for them, that's on you.
No, if somebody wants your job, they're going to set you up and going to send a honey pot.
And if you still have to fall for it,
no, you don't. Yeah, but
you the one.
You think you're living in a delusional state of reality.
And you're living in a delusional state, but if your brain, if you think you got it so sweet that you can get away with it, you just jeopardize everything you got at home. So your wife didn't matter, your kids didn't matter, your salary didn't matter, having this prestigious job didn't matter, because you horny right now. You want some head in the back of the wherever.
Yeah, and that was going to happen whether he had $40 or $1 million. So that was his character.
Yeah.
And he's doing that whether he got a whole lot of money or he got $40. He's doing that. Where are the people who are supposed to be surrounding? I mean, because we can have this conversation about a couple of people. Kwame right now is asking the judge to relieve him of the money that he's owing to the city of Detroit. And it seems delusional.
It's very delusional.
When you want to constantly, like, I do not need to suffer from consequences. And who does that? The people around you, they're seeing this go on. And they're thinking, this should be applied to me as well.
Yeah,
right?
But I'm not.
Where were the people when he was at the Manugian Mansion having his parties? Where were the people when allegedly his wife was smacking somebody around? Where are these people at that are reaping the benefits of these positions?
Doing what they're supposed to do, reap the benefits and get gone. Just like Christine Beatty, she reaped her benefits and got gone.
You have to have people that are going to say, hold up, wait a minute. What you doing? Where you going? Why are you doing? I don't think this is not how it's supposed to go down. Something ain't right.
People got mentors. Kwame had mentors. I was there. They sat Kwame down.
You were at the party?
Not the party, but they sat Kwame down before he got elected. Like, look, you get elected, you can't do what they do. They told him that. They said, you can't do what they do. You got to follow a different rule. They said everything you just said. And what he do? What is
the court about to say to Kwame? When he just did this, yesterday, asking them to relieve him of his financial responsibility. What are they going to say? What is your prediction?
I hope they say, no, you got to pay that money, dude.
Why does he think that this is going to work?
He has a background in law.
Okay.
So when you have background in law, you pull out all the stops. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would do the same thing. If I had a background in law and I'm facing a trial or case, I'm deep in my handbag. Like, okay, let me see if I put my playbook. They ain't go for that. Here's another play. And I'll keep on shooting plays at them till I get my thing, but not to absolve myself of wrongdoing, but he did that.
Well, Elon Musk put up a picture of a bunch of young white Americans with red hats, mostly girls, and talking about how, they were going to be the future, and they believed in MAGA, and they believed in making...
When was this? When was
today.
This? Oh, so him and Trump
And it's
made
the
it
same thing. It's that false sense of superiority. And I'm sure Kwame has probably went through that. Is that I know the right people. I grew up in the right family. I act and think like a Republican. I probably should be getting some better treatment, and I deserve to, have better treatment than other people. So my comment was that, you're setting these young people up for failure, because we can see everything now. Now, 50 years ago, you're going to get away with a whole lot of stuff. But we see everything in real time.
Yeah,
so it's really hard. It's really hard to fake people out for, the way that they try to fake you out. Those kids are going to be set up for failure. And it's going to be really hard for them when they're not able to integrate. And because they're exposed now. You're being exposed. Once you start, doing your racist, fascist, bigoting type of stuff out in the open, now you're getting exposed. Yeah, so I really feel bad for them, because you're not getting them ready to be leaders of everybody, just that small group. And what we really want Caucasians to do is just go ahead and embrace being a Caucasian. Embrace whiteness. Start saying, I'm a white American. Have White History Month. Do all your stuff.
And that's what MAGA's doing? And that what MAGA's going for?
No. This is the problem. So what MAGA is trying to do is MAGA wants to continue to stay in this lane where everything they do in their culture is considered American.
Yeah,
and it isn't race related. Now they're not a group. There's never a white group. It's called the invisible race. So there's never this group called white when it comes out of their mouth. Okay, my white culture. Okay, well, what is white culture? They can't define it because it's thievery. It's just stealing other people's culture. What we want them to do is to acknowledge their whiteness and separate. let it be a body of people. You got white Americans and the stuff that y'all do and what y'all like to do. Stop calling it American. And we got black people and the Bangladesh people, and we got all these different groups. Well, we need them to come out of the thing where they're our culture is overall American culture, and then y'all are little bitty groups. No, you're a little bitty group too. And you need to embrace it as much as you don't like unseasoned chicken. That's part of who you are. And the problem is they're not proud of being white.
Oh, no.
And because they're not proud of being white, they just won't go ahead and just go into that. And so they're doing all of that stuff. They're doing all that stuff. And every shift that we've just seen is them trying to create a group, right? So they're trying to create this group, and they're calling it MAGA, and they're calling it America First, and they're doing all this stuff. And then they're kicking all the melanated people out, whether you are, Asian or Bangladesh or Indian or Somali or black. And so, but what we're saying is we need you to take a couple more steps and just go ahead, and you can call yourselves whatever you want to call yourselves. You can call it European American, Caucasoid American, whatever you want to call it. But just stop forcing this unseasoned culture on the rest of us and calling it American culture.
Oh, they're going to do that. You're going to lose that argument, because that's what they're doing.
Because we're not buying into it.
Oh, what type of business qualify for grant? So, grant writer.
Okay, what type of business qualify for grant?
That's the question.
Desiree Edwards, how are you? So, all businesses qualify for grants.
Oh.
Yeah, they all qualify You've got nonprofit businesses and you have profit businesses.
Okay.
So you have businesses that are like small businesses, right? And they're considered profit, and they have grants out there where you don't have to pay them back. They're not loans. There's tons of those. And then you have nonprofits which have a mission. The best way I can describe that is somebody is going to get something for free, right? So what you need to do is figure out what you're going to give away for free and who's going to get it. And we kind of start there. And then I'll be able to lead you to where those grants are. What is more concerning to me is that people want to jump right into the grants and not into the infrastructure and get ready for the grants.
So that's what I want to touch on right now, because a lot of people see, I want a grant, I want to set this up, but where the infrastructure? Do they have to have a board? What do they need?
Yeah.
Certain amount of people?
So let's see. I don't know if that particular person had a profit or a nonprofit. Mostly nonprofits have boards.
Right.
Of course, profits have boards as well, but much larger ones, right? So I would say, let's talk about nonprofits, okay?
Right.
So you're going to start your nonprofit. You kind of, in layman's terms, you got to figure out what you're passionate about, because there's lots of work and you're going to be doing a lot of work. And so you want it to not be as hard on you. So you got to do something that you like to do.
Right.
And so then you got to figure out, how much of that work can I do without having to outsource it? You know, let's say, for example, you can even be a barber, or even you could be somebody that cleans houses, anything.
Right.
That is a service that you can do with your own hands. Right. So that is going to limit the amount of money that you're going to have to spend. Once you have money coming in, you'll be able to retain a lot more of that money.
Right.
So you got to kind of figure out, what am I able to do, and what am my close friends and family and board members and volunteers, what they're able to do, and then how much are we going to actually have to pay our vendors and stuff like that. Then, again, what is it that you want to provide to the community? You're going to be tax exempt because you kind of work for the government at that point. You know, the government is responsible for all of us. Okay? And so when you decide on what it is that you want to do for someone or give them a free service, then the government is like, okay, well, you're doing my job. You know, you want to make sure that people have diapers, and we're kind of responsible for everybody. So, you know, you don't have to pay taxes because we'd have to turn around and give you that money anyway. So that's why you're tax exempt. And you also, that sets you up for people who want to have a tax offset. And they're giving money to you. So there's this like financial ecological system that goes on where people are giving you money and then they're able to reduce their tax liability. And then you also don't have to pay taxes on the money that's coming in, right? But you're also reporting all that information to the IRS, and then the IRS has information on both of you.
Gotcha.
So you just follow the rules and you're fine. When it comes to grants, grants take a while. There's so many other things that you can do besides grants. Grants can take between, I would say, how long does it take to read something and give you some money? 6 weeks to almost a year to 2 years for you to get some response.
Was that increased by Trump administration, or was that always been that lead time?
Doesn't have anything to do with it. Trump administration. Wow. What the Trump administration did is that they decided who they're going to fund, and what they did was they targeted organizations that have DEI narrative on their website and inside their bylaws and inside their policies and procedures. So if you had anything at all. And it's interesting because there is this federal program called the GusNIP, or what we know as the double bucks on your food stamps. And on their website, like right when you go to their website, they had this huge banner about DEI. And I was just about to apply to this organization when we found out that they were doing a sweep. They were doing a sweep. They're going through your website, going through any document that they could find to see if you have any type of DEI. And so basically, that was a concentrated effort by the Trump administration to target those who were trying to provide equity. You know, so it's like you have to look at it from an objective view. Okay, so the rest of the world is looking at black folks like, y'all are doing pretty good. Why do you need all of this? They don't get it. It's like this new generation of people, and they don't understand why we would even need equity because we're doing so well. And what we're saying is, you're not looking at your numbers. You're not looking at your numbers. You're not looking at the fact that we're going to do well anyway. Because what you all have, everything is kind of flipped. What you all have is the biggest welfare program in history, which is racism. Racism is a welfare program. Right. Because what happens is when you are born without any melanin, you are then provided with super benefits, and that's the welfare program. And so what happens is you have a group of people who are participating and indoctrinated and embedded in schemes and scams and ideologies. And then they go and they say that you're doing it. Right?
Of course.
So imagine if racism was, and it was about black people. You know, like if you're black, you get these super benefits. Right. For a long time, when I used to take a look at it, I'm thinking, I think that black people really let a lot of this slide because we're looking at groups of people that need the help. They need that help. Because think about it. Where would white people be without racism? How far would they go? And it's almost like we know. I think just looking at sports, it causes a lot of really self-loathing, I think, for white America. Because not being able to play sports and not being able to participate at the level that you like to and not being able to really enjoy it, I think it causes a lot of anxiety and a lot of paranoia for white society. And I think that they're feeling inadequate. They're feeling incompetent. And they're wondering, if I were not born white, how far would I get?
So that's why they cut out DEI?
They cut out DEI, yes. They cut out DEI because they're looking at us like, y'all are doing pretty good, and we are. We are doing well. And if we stop listening to the narratives, right, I think that, I'll give you this, and I don't know how much more time we have, but just look at this. Look at it this way. We have a group of African American people, and then we have all these other groups. And the way that everything is set up is like cross-cultural. It's a cross-cultural marketing. It's kind of like when they are setting up their marketing, they're going to upcharge, and they're going to sit it out in our community, and they're going to make tons of money. And then when we haven't really grasped that, because we're not like, where the Chinese people at, and let's go upcharge them, unless it's the areas that we have dominated, which is like, music and sports and stuff like that. But this is the kicker. Not only is everybody around us looking at us as their number one competitor, who do black people see as their number one competitor? Other black people. So with us, we got all these other people, and they're always thinking about, we're on their brain. But for black people, for African American people, it's almost like we don't even like other people enough to get involved and to be concerned about their metrics as much as they're concerned about our metrics. Our concern are other black people. So they're targeting us and we're targeting each other. And that community piece is really important, because if we were even to take the amount of time that we take looking at each other, if we were to do it more collectively and say, in this area of technology, like whatever, like even if it's just what we're doing right now, we'll take this as an example, podcasting. We're looking at podcasting and we're looking at who's the number one podcaster. For most African American people, they're going to look at who's the number one black podcaster, right?
I don't think so.
Well,
because podcasting is too broad to look at. We have our own like people who we like, but I think I've looked at other podcasts and like, okay, it covers a wide range of stuff. I watched the Undertaker's podcast. It's wrestling, but he talks about other stuff. I watch a Court Club, Shay. Fucking hilarious. Just Shannon Sharp, hilarious. Even just his mannerisms.
It's entertaining, but it's not like an intelligent conversation, but it's entertaining.
It's just entertaining. It's just like, I could put him on and laugh my ass off for a good hour.
Are you laughing at him or with him?
It's a little both depending on who's on there. It's hilarious to me. Love it. And
okay, but look at this.
But I can't say that black people we run dimensional like that.
Okay, look at it like this though. African American people in the world set the most trends, and they are the most powerful when it comes to trends and who's cool and what people are wearing, how they're talking, what music they're listening to, what dances they're dancing, even what movies they're watching. So it's hard to look at what's for dinner when you are the dinner. It's really hard for us to come outside of ourselves to see how the rest of the world sees us, because we're always for dinner. We are what people are eating. And so when you're looking at, okay, well, what are you selling? I'm selling these shoes. Or what are you selling? I'm selling this purse. Or what are you selling? I'm selling me. Yeah, you are the commodity. And it's hard because maybe that's
the light stuff we ate so much on Facebook. Is that thing might be it? The light culture.
Yeah, but that was still a concept that somebody came up with. Somebody came up with that, gotta be light. But in the real world out here, like when people are talking to me and they're like, are you popular? And I'm thinking, I didn't hear a cha-ching in the Cash App or nothing. I don't feel it, you know. I don't see how, when that popularity equates to some money, then I can get that, but not to be popular for the sake of being popular. That's where we're losing it, and that's when you buy into the propaganda.
I don't know.
They say, yeah, you're gonna be light, but it ain't making you no money.
I don't know. Last night I had a ball. I went to a bar and people recognized me, got a couple of shots. Okay. So it was cool. You know, I fucked with that.
And now they come over here and they need to advertise and give you some money for your podcast. Whatever they're saying that you're great about, they need to go cha-ching.
Cha-ching's all right, but you know what though? If I didn't make any money off this,
you still would do it.
I'll still do it.
Okay, well You can come and spend money on my show.
Yeah, but then if I was super rich, I'll still do it because it's like it's a passion for me. Yeah. You put me on a podcast. Yeah. Let's do this. It's like,
but you can't afford to do that. You've put yourself in a position where you can do something that you love.
True.
Right?
But, yeah.
It is complimentary.
I call it a soul commodity.
Yeah, I get it.
Soul commodity.
I'm ready
all right,
to do
y'all.
Mine.
It's about that time. Kellz gotta go hit the streets and find somebody with some tequila and get this Thursday night popping.
Okay.
It's chilly out there, but I'm gonna warm some shit up. Thank you, Dr. Tall.
Thank you for
I'm gonna give me a doctor in front of my name.
That's right.
Dr. Green.
Okay.
There's already Dr. Green in my family, but I think Uncle Joe wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
My cousin Karen, she wouldn't mind if I get, because I think she's got hers. So yeah, I think if you need another doctor family.
Okay, well.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna see about this doctor thing. Remember, next week we right here. I'm gonna have another guest, and I might dig deeper into this Sherrod Moore thing because he fucked us real bad when it comes down to black coaches and going forward. So I'll see y'all this week. Peace.
Thank you guys.